Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Hang on, I'm trying to get there. Hang on. Oh no, I've dropped my thing. Hang on. I'll get there in a second. Bloody hell. I don't think so. Really well planned out, wasn't it, eh? Hang on a second. Sorry, Hamish. Right. Okay, have you got me, Hamish? Sorry, sorry about that. I didn't get myself organised. Anyway, so here we are at Bathurst, the 6 hour, and I'm with the three drivers from the 33 car, the Kia Stinger. And is this a first for V8 Vets? Come a bit closer, guys. I can't reach that far. My head doesn't go that far. Oh no, I'm hearing myself back now too. Don't worry about it. It's all right. Okay, so we've got. Sorry, this is pretty impromptu, but we've got Dave Worrell, the owner of the car. We've got. Sorry, I'm going blank here.
Scott Walker.
Scott Walker.
Our names are on our chest.
I know. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's me. Richard.
There we go. So I've got a memory like a sieve. It's bloody only 2 seconds in one ear and out the other, and it's gone. So Dave, you'll prep for tomorrow?
No.
Awesome. That's fantastic. What we want to hear. But the car's ready. It's uninjured. I'm going to get rid of this because I'm getting feedback back. The car's ready for tomorrow. It was uninjured through all practices and qualifying and everything like that. But we're here ready to go.
We're here ready to go. Car's all ready to go now. We'll head out into the warm-up tomorrow morning and send it.
Very, very good. Who's in the car first? Undecided yet? Oh!
Yes, I'll be in the car first. So, yes, yep, yeah. Actually, it is the first. No one else knows about it. Yeah. So, yeah.
Not even him.
Yeah.
Not even him. There we go. Fantastic stuff. And Richard?
Yes, I'm Richard.
That's fantastic. I'm glad you know your own name.
I'm obviously the serious one in the group. So excuse my voice. Been singing all day because the car is going well. And but we do need some wheels on it.
It's all right. They'll come by tomorrow, won't they?
We're hoping, but no.
I hope they're not like a fuel truck at the moment because that could be a little while.
Oh, yeah, no, that's probably not a good thing. But no, we're fine. We're fine. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, that's going to be fantastic, guys. Well, this is the first for V8 Vets, I'm pretty sure. But these boys are all pumped up, ready to go, and how fantastic it can be. And you got anything to add, mate?
Yes. I'd just like to add that we're going to give away to the driver of the day for the race one of our DRS racing shirts, modelled by myself.
There we go. The Stinger on the back, all the sponsors. How good's that? Gunter was here.
Gunter's on the arse,
Yeah. Where would Gunter be if he's not on the arse?
I can find him. Hold on.
Hang on. Yeah, we'll see.
Is he at the back there? Oh, here he is.
Yes, this is great. It's Gunther von Nordschleife, the 1969 German World Touring car. I finally come to Mount Panorama to go around this wonderful place, but you know, it's not as good as the Nürburgring. Yeah, I find that straight is not as good as the Dottinger straight. The Dottinger straight you can have a good party along it, yeah. But you know, the dipper is very good because that is all important. So you can go nice and deep into the elbow, yeah. It's important to go deep into the elbow. I gave Mr. John Bell the perfect lap coach out here a couple of years ago, and he has improved that driver. He's going to be something one day, yeah, you know?
Very good. And you enjoying yourself here, Gunter, for this weekend. What are you up to?
I'm trying to dodge the kangaroos. They're weird animals.
Do you know they can't go backwards?
That's just weird.
Oh, no.
But someone told me about the drop bear. There's drop bear.
Oh, yeah, you got to watch out for the drop bears. Yeah, they've got big claws, massive teeth, and if they get a hold of you, they will not let go. They've got like lockjaw on them, I think.
I heard Mr. Deaf Bulldog's got lockjaw. Is that true?
Yeah, but that's for a different reason, I'm pretty sure.
This is true. This is true. So someone from D37R Racing has tagged my car.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah. I don't know whether you can see it, but yeah, get onto. It's right in the back corner there. Gunter's pointing it out at the moment. So we've got a few of the V8 vets on the car. And look, just do yourself a favour. Get onto the broadcast tomorrow. You'll see this car out there having a fair old crack. Good luck, boys. Hope you all go well.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic to be here. You guys better go and get your beauty sleep now because it's going to be a big day tomorrow. And unfortunately, I'm on the jack too. Apparently.
Don't jack off your foot.
No, yeah, I'll try and jack on, not jack off. All right, guys, no worries. All right, Hamish.
Thank you.
It's a 1,000 decibel super curve ride. Burn this track to the ground with V8 sound. Put your name in lights. Oh, oh, with the birds tonight. It's a 1,000 decibel super curve ride. Burn this track to the ground with V8 sound. Burn this track to the ground. Come on now, put your name in lights.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Racecraft Simulations V8 Veterans action for Season 27. We're in for round 2 this evening, bringing you the Split 2 action live across V8 Veterans and Infinity Broadcasting YouTube channels as well. Hamish Munro here with you alongside Brett Fisher as we make our way into Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin here this evening for what is one of the most historic racing circuits across the United States. Road America, formerly home of series such as American Le Mans Series from 2002 to 2013, as well as running some Champ Car stuff across the period as well. And currently, well, there's racing coming up here later this year with the IndyCar Series coming here for the Grand Prix of Road America. And as well, IMSA bringing the Sports Car Championship to this circuit as well. Brett, it's always an exciting time when we get to bring V8 Supercar action to Road America, and it's going to be a circuit that'll test the drivers this evening. And I think one that may offer up a few spanners in the works, if you will, in terms of who may leave tonight as our race winner and possible podium finishers.
I definitely will. And good evening, everybody. Hope you're all doing well out there at the moment. How exciting.
Well, you know what is exciting? The fact that obviously we get to have a small part in the weekend of that Kia Stinger attempting the Bathurst 6 hour this weekend. The first Kia Stinger to be at Bathurst, of course. And
How good's that, hey?
yeah, getting the images out there of the conversation with the drivers. Of course, one of them being one of our own vets, Dave Worrell, in and amongst that as well, Brett. But we focus on tonight's second round of the championship, and after Stephen Kokoschke took out a fantastic opening round victory last time out at Mount Panorama Bathurst, who could leave the, if you will, the Bathurst of the United States, Road America, as possibly the championship leader or even a race winner this season as well?
100%, yeah. And we'll, sorry, I was doing something, I was half listening, but that's normal for me, isn't it? You just keep going. You just do your thing, mate.
Well, let's have a quick look at this wondrous circuit out here at Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, of course. We're into cheese country here tonight. So I hope you brought a little bit of wine with you to pair with possibly some local cheddar, maybe even some Gouda as well. Of course, we're across the lake from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and not too far north, of course, from Chicago, Illinois as well. And we find ourselves here at Road America. It's a wondrous place to go racing, as I said. It's a track that's almost 3 tracks in one, Brett. It's 6.4 kilometres, so it's actually 200 metres longer than what Bathurst is. The lap time does reflect that somewhat. 14 turns, so it's only got about half the turns that Bathurst does, but as I said, it's almost like 3 circuits in one. It all starts on the main straight down towards turn 1. Good early passing opportunity in the race if you get a good start, but it is also an early opportunity for chaos to ensue. Same down at turn 3. And then from the Moraine sweep down at turn 5 as well. Those 3 corners can take some early victims in this race if drivers are not careful. If you make it through that first sector though, you then get into what would be the second type of circuit here as you rise up the hill into turn 6 and then through Hurry Downs at 7 and down towards turn 8. And 6 and 8, Brett, they're places as well where drivers can have a bit of a fumble and sometimes come out a little bit unglued.
Oh, definitely, especially in 6. I think it's quite a sharp turn, comes up over a hill, and you've got to get your car right and decently settled before you make the turn. And cars can come unstuck there. 7's quite quick, yeah, and then hard braking down to 8.
Yeah, well, if you can make it through 8, you then go up through the carousel at turn 9 and turn 10. Then the fast kink at turn 11 begins really the third and final form of this circuit, the fast-paced section through Kettle Bottoms and down towards Canada Corner at turn 12 and up through Thunder Valley as you exit the trees through turn 13 at Bill Mitchell Bend. Find yourself at the final corner at turn 14 and you're starting it all over again. Pit entry is not going to be too difficult tonight, neither will pit exit. Probably the most notable thing that happened here last time was when Bruce Tannock and Reese DeGoey were battling for the race lead. They got side by side down the main straight and it all blew up in front of us at the exit of turn 1. So it can happen again. It's happened before. Most notable victory would have been season 14, Mark Houghton, who went a lap down on lap 1, went on to win the race on that day as well. So it's all anybody's race to win, Brett. I would say anyone at any time could possibly take the race win. You just got to try and be in the right place at the right time, of course, as well. And as we said, we're in for round 2 tonight. 200 Ks, 31 laps here of Road America. Next week we head out to Road Atlanta for 200 kilometres once again. Then St. Pete will make its debut into the Vets for round 4. VAR will then end out the first half of the season. We find ourselves in the California concrete jungle of Long Beach, and then Coda West will host the final US-based round in round 7 before we head out to Fuji Speedway in round 8, and Nürburgring Nordschleife for round 9, and then the grand finale. We end it in Australia once again, and we end it at Adelaide Street Circuit for 250 Ks, 78 laps as well. It's an exciting calendar, and we're only just getting started. If you missed last week's race at Bathurst, do yourself a favour, go and watch it after tonight's broadcast. It was a fantastic race, and as we said, Brett, a fantastic race win for Stephen Kokoschki.
And don't forget to go to the general chat on the Vets and listen to the Pump Up song. We got this week a new one to get everyone fired up after last week's race at Bathurst. This one is Road America. So go and find that on the general chat, have a listen to it and see what you reckon.
Exactly right. It's a little bit of a banger if you ask me, Brett. It's very, very nice. Currently, for the championship standings, of course, Kokoschki leads the way 183 points ahead of Bruce Tannock and Gary Buckland in the top 3 at this stage. Matt Munday, Brett Horsell, the top 5, Chris Blanchard, Brendan Zatira, Rick Feiger, Andrew Hoffman and Roy Clark for the top 10. I'm wondering how our driver of the day from last week, Brett Horsell, can do this week, and if he can back up that performance and get himself another top 10 2 weeks in a row as well. And maybe some other drivers may have had a worse round than what they were anticipating, how they can do tonight in trying to right the wrongs that was last week at Bathurst.
Oh, definitely. And, after last week, we've kicked it off, and is this week going to start and show what we've done for the last previous couple of seasons? Different winners sort of starting to rise to the top, so time will tell shortly.
Time will tell indeed. As we prepare ourselves for the race start here tonight, the warm-up session has gotten underway for these drivers post-qualifying. Bruce Tannock is out there at the moment. Of course, last week's second place finisher, Bruce Tannock, who couldn't quite get the victory over Stephen Kokoschki at a Mount Panorama, so he'll be hoping for a good result here tonight out at Road America, of course, as well. Craig Miller, he came so close to a great performance and a great finish last week until getting tangled up in a moment at the final corner at Bathurst, of course. He'll be able to try and right those wrongs from last week. And can Andrew Hoffman continue the form that he showed us last week at Bathurst as well, Brett? It was a spectacular run from him, and he did a hell of an effort to get himself up inside the top 10 at Bathurst last week.
And the other one, we had Bruce Tannock on the screen there for a second or two, and are we going to see the same sort of form as we saw last week? A bit of a change in Bruce Tannock's approach. So are we going to see that again this week?
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell.
That's right. Also, Brett, maybe just try and turn yourself up just a little bit as well. You just that slightly quieter.
I'll turn it up. Yeah, is that any better?
That sounds about the same.
Well, geez, I don't know. What if I talk a little bit louder?
It might help, or a bit closer to the microphone. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know whether I can get any closer to the mic. I'm just about eating the microphone at this stage, but
that's fine. That's better. That is better.
That's better. Rightio. Okay. Cool.
Brett Horsell, of course, the round 1 driver of the day, who is out there at the moment. Brett doing a great job. At this stage of the season,
leading the battle of the Bretts at the moment. Can he continue in his form? It'll be interesting to see.
Time will tell, Brett. I mean, it's a long season. It takes consistency to try and win that battle of the Bretts, as we said. So we'll be hoping that he can do that himself justice too. Of course, James Boardman would have been on for a result last week. Got a drive-through penalty, though. That took him out of the top 5 out at Bathurst as well. Can you back up your performance, Brett, after finishing P11 at Bathurst? Can you back up the performance here at Road America? You might know the answer, but the people don't. So
No. Well, time will tell, as we've been saying earlier.
that's right. Indeed it will. Indeed it will. And the sights and sounds of Road America bring us to what is round 2 of the season, of course. We're going to get gridded up for race start here tonight at Mount Panorama Bathurst. And leading us off pole position this evening will be Gary Buckland on the pole for Old Mate and Sons. Michael Jones will start P2 on the front row of the grid here this evening as well. To the second row of the grid, we'll find Bruce Tannock and Stephen Kokoschki, our top 2 of the race last week. We'll start on the second row of the grid here this evening. To row 3, we then find ourselves with Luke Powell and Ben Brook for the top 6. Brook returning to form, Powell returning to the series after many months away. To row 4, we then look to Michael Schreier making his debut tonight for Synergy Sim Racing in Split 2. He'll start alongside Tony Chapman out of P8 on the grid. For the top 10, though, we'll then move to Halil Cesar, the season 24 champion. Didn't quite get his season off to the start he would have wanted to last week. Qualifying inside of the top 10 is a great effort. With Joel Oosterwoldt making his first round of the season as well and returning to form, starting out of the top 10 off the 5th row of the grid here this evening. Ron Allen, Chris Blanchard will start in behind them for the top 12. And to the 7th row of the grid, we find Rick Viger and Todd Duggan, the season 15 Split 2 champion, starting out of the 14th position on the grid here tonight. Row 8, we then find ourselves with Andrew Galley and Scott Weston alongside each other. And to row 9, for the top 18 entries, we have Andrew Hoffman and Dave Duddle for the top 18 cars. To the top 20, and for the 10th row, we find Craig Miller and Andrew Listner out there on the grid as well. In behind them, 11th row of the grid, we find James Boardman and Abel Verben starting out of the top 22. For the top 24 cars on the grid, we find Nathan Favero and Brett Horsell not meeting the expectations that he may have given us after his P5 performance last week. He'll have an effort tonight to get back up to that sort of finishing position here in round 2.
Still leader of the Bretts.
Still leader of the Bretts. Matt Monday will start at a P25 alongside Paul Burns on the 13th row of the grid as well. For the 14th row, we find Darryl Callahan and Brendan Zatira alongside each other as well. The top 30, we get Brett Fisher and Derek Lovegrove on the 15th row of the grid. To row 16, we then find Mick Clifton and Chad Viger starting ahead of the 17th row with Sean Cullen and Yusuf Korfiatis for the top 34 cars on the grid tonight. To row 18, we then find Roy Clark and Mario Reali. And row 19, in behind them, we find Brett Taylor and Michael Quain. The top 40 will then be made up of Peter Baxter, and then in behind the race controllers, we'll find ourselves with Brenton O'Brien starting out of P40 on the grid tonight. 40 cars just ahead of Easter weekend, Brett, so that's great to see, of course. Yep. And everyone doing a smashing effort tonight to try and maximise their performances, but the lights will get prepared to go up on the grid for these drivers. And for Gary Buckland on pole position, he'll be hoping to maximise here at Road America. Elkhart Lake gets lit up with V8 Supercars action once again, thanks to the Racecraft Simulations V8 Veterans. Split 2 is underway. Great start from the pole setter Buckland, who remains in the race lead. Jones trying to defend hard here against Tannock as they run down towards turn 1. For the very first time, contact in the background between Quain and Reali. Finds them off the road. Bit of wrestling between them early as they make it through turn 1. Can the rest of the field follow them? As Horsell's already dropping 3 spots from that P24 further down the order, but he's still got more work to do than ever as Clifton looks to go up the inside with Burns alongside him as well.
Yeah, what a great start there from Gary. He'd be happy with that, getting the car away nice and not tidily. Jones not that far behind. So he'll, and Tannock, once again, Tannock just folded in behind Jones, just backing out of that intense little start there. The rest of the field getting through all right. A couple of little niggles here and there, but it's not too bad.
It's not too bad. They're all keeping themselves nice and tidy as they filter up the hill towards turn 6.
Can't believe they've got this far in the race so far and then nothing
I know.
majorly
Oh
happened.
no, Andrew Hoffman is off the road, off the exit of turn 6. Hoffy off the road.
Oh, damn
and
it,
work
Hoffy.
to be done to get back into it tonight, it seems. But for Buckland, it continues on round the carousel. Jones on the back of him, Tannock there too. Kokoschki and Powell make up the current top 5 in the order. You can see that 39 cars are registering. I think I know why. I've forgotten to change once again. Brett O'Brien's classification, being that he was previously the race controller in the series. I changed his.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep, I changed his colour, but I didn't change his class. That is my fault. I will get that fixed right now.
First lap movers, Rick Viger up 5 spots, Todd Duggan up 5 spots, so they're going all right. Benjamin Brook, the biggest loser so far in his first lap, down 7 positions.
Well, that's not the start that he would have wanted here tonight.
Definitely not.
Ben Brook, of course, as they run up the hill once again towards the start-finish line. Gary Buckland leads the way to Michael Jones, Bruce Tanek, Stephen Kokoschki, Luke Powell, the top 5, Shreya, Cesar, Viger, Duggan, Allen. That is the top 10. And a hot start from the Split 2 debutant here tonight in Michael Shreya. Under pressure. Yep, under pressure from Cesar here. So a former champion versus a debutant, all for P6. Classification thus far. Good move. And smart from Shreya as well not to defend it too hard, being it's only lap 2. Doesn't need to defend it right now. He might get another opportunity later in the race.
We'll have a look at that timing tower at the moment. There's only 2 large gaps of about 2+ seconds, but the rest of the whole field tucked within a second and a lot within half a second. So that is still a very big train. Second lap around.
I'll tell you what, Ben Brook may not be very happy with his race start. He's down 7 positions and now outside of the top 10 as well. Andrew Hoffman's been into pit lane after that contact on lap 1. Brett Horsel's down 15 positions as well, so not the start that he wanted. As Craig Miller and James Boardman look to have made contact down there. Yep, that there. I think that's Nathan Favero. Yep, that's Nathan Favero down there. So something's happened between Craig Miller and I think there I saw James Boardman was going off the exit of the corner. So they were right ahead. They were right next to each other, Brett. So I feel there might have been contact between them. Unsure how it happened. But yeah.
I'll tell you what, everyone did a brilliant job to get past them because that car was stranded in backwards. That could have been major problems there for those drivers. But everyone did really, really well to get through and not cause any further incidences from that.
Brett O'Brien already up 12 positions tonight. Did not qualify at the beginning of the night either, but we know he's got good pace. Satira's up 10. Clifton's up 10 as well for Accelerate Sim Racing, of course, up to P21 on the road now. Here's Mick Clifton as he runs down towards Canada Corner. There's Boardman and Callahan battling ahead of him as well.
Callahan on the inside.
Good move from Darryl up the inside for M1 Racing. Was one of those former privateers of the series. Got picked up by M1 a few seasons ago after impressing in Split 4. He made the move over.
With the fastest lap of the race so far.
Oh, it's good pace as Michael Jones looks to go for the race lead on Buckland here. Gets the job done at the inside at turn 1. So Jones out of the race lead. Boardman's into pit lane after that suspected contact. Trying to get that thing out of the way, and Hoffman's exited pit lane and just letting the field come past him. So Boardman, Clark, Taylor, Miller all into pit lane right now. Critical lap, Brett, is between lap 6 and lap 7. So coming in now might be a little bit of strategy play or maybe just to get yourself into some clean air as well.
Nick Jones has been very, very fast. We know that. Hopefully he's got his pit sorted so he doesn't get disadvantaged from that. So we'll see what happens later on in the race when he does his pits. But and also Tanek just sitting nicely behind Buckland at the moment as well. But have a look who's behind. Kokoschki's right up the back of Tanek as well. So that, and also, sorry, the next car driver's name is?
Behind who?
Yes.
Brett? Behind who?
That behind Cesar.
It's Michael Shreya. It's Michael Shreya.
What is it?
Brett. Michael Shreya.
Shreya. Right, thank you. I didn't want to attempt it and absolutely totally murder it.
That is okay.
I am slightly dyslexic, and probably other things people say about me too.
Well, and you're also in a garage that might be filled with some fumes as well, Brett. So that's probably not helping
maybe that's
either.
Yeah, probably not. No, I shouldn't be. I shouldn't sniff the WD-40. Really should.
Yeah, probably not. That's not going to help you along the journey. Yeah. Chris Blanchard at the moment down 3 positions, but still inside of the top 15. Put some pressure on Andrew Galley for Shadow Racing. Andrew getting not too bad of a finish last week. I believe he did get a top 20 finish in the race. But who's that off? That's Joel Oosterwald. That was Joel Oosterwald off the road up at Thunder Valley.
Yeah.
Oosterwald's gone off down there. That's one we'll have to check out in the post-race highlights, but not getting his season off to the start that he would have wanted here, Brett.
No, 266. Oh, he's gone straight to pits too. Probably not a bad thing. Lap 4.
A smart move. He's already given up some time. You might as well come into pit lane, get it sorted. You're coming in as well, Brett, straight after him.
Yep.
And Michael Quain is in as well. His cars are starting to file their way through, and things are getting just that little bit more intense now. We're seeing some drivers out there. Rick Viger doing well here, up 5 positions in the P8. Duggan's followed him as well. And Ron Allen in P10 at this point in time too. So these guys are running nice and strong inside of the back end of the top 10 here. Lap 4 of 31. So the times and the laps are getting ticked away nicely, Brett. And relatively speaking, we've had a couple of incidents, but it's been pretty clean thus far. We haven't quite
Kokoschki's
seen
just
an
overtaken Bruce
ultimate
Tannick and then
murder.
back again too.
Oh,
So
side by side, Kokoschki and Tannick. Up through turn 7 they go. Can he get him down towards turn 8? Bit of a door between them,
sitting-
Brett.
oh, this is tight.
Watch Powell, we know he's got good pace.
Yeah. Well, Powell at the moment, he's just sitting in the box seat here. He's just seeing what's going on in front of him. Kokoschki just folding him back behind Tannick now.
Right over the shoulder of Luke Powell. Hasn't raced in a fair while here in Split 2, but we know he's got pace from previous efforts. Previous efforts in Split 3 as well, and now he looks to try and put pressure on the round 1 race winner, Stephen Kokoschki, down towards Canada corner. Can he get the job done? Well, Kokoschki's going to measure him a little bit and just start to block on the midline of the corner. Now up through Thunder Valley they rise. And Powell
Just got a little bit. Sorry, Powell just got a little bit sideways out of that corner there. Obviously trying to actually keep up with these guys and take any opportunity he sees. Wait to see Bruce Tannick again. Take just like there wasn't anything aggressive there. Kokoschki in the pit lane.
An aggressive pit entry from Kokoschki finds him into pit road for the first time this race. This must be a Synergy Sim Racing synergied pit stop here, Brett, because Shreyas followed him in. And this might be part of their plan. Brooks come in as well for Frog Leap Juice Racing in behind these guys too. So this will shake up the field just a little bit. Chad Viger's into pit lane as well. Abel Verben doing well at the moment. He's still where he started this race and tucked in behind Dave Duddle in what is about to become P18 is David. They've got Paul Burns ahead of them as well. And even though 266 dropped a few drivers this season who moved up to Split 1, they gained a couple coming into this split as well, including David. So they filled the void somewhat that Damon Fisher and Phil Manuel left behind when they moved up to the top flight split on Thursday nights.
Look at Jones too. He's nearly got 2 seconds out on Buckland at the moment. So he's like just that same sort of thing, that flavour of him just actually pushing forward. So, you know, he's starting to sort of build a bit of a gap there. Interesting to see later on the race where he ends up.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. We've still got 27 laps to go at this point of the race. Rick Viger doing well just ahead of Todd Duggan here. Ron Allen lurking in the background of these guys as well.
Yeah, Allen just sort of snooping around the background there.
He's doing a great job. We know that Ron can be cool, calm, collected, and a little bit calculated at times as well. And for Duggan and Viger, I mean, both of these guys are the old guard of Split 2, of course. Duggan's a former champion and Viger's a former challenger for a championship too. So both of them have got something to prove amongst the modern era of Split 2 here in the V8 Veterans. And they don't want to give up anything without a fight.
Kokoschki and Brook just trading positions there for a couple of seconds. So they're having a little bit of a battle. Kokoschki will want to get on with this too.
Well,
Stop.
he's also had a longer pit stop than what Brook did too. Kokoschki's was a 30.48. It plays a 22.99 for Ben Brooks. There's about a 7-second gain as Kokoschki's run wide down there. That's going to bring some debris back on the circuit. Down at turn 8 as Andrew Galley comes into pit lane, as does Scott Weston. So we're well into pit stop territory now as Powell looks for an outside move on Tannick. Tries to turn across the nose.
Oh, that was the best outcome for that. That could have been very, very bad. Powell could have gone off into the grass there, and that could have been all over. So, but same again. wasn't an aggressive, like it was just.
Can't,
It was
I don't
just
even think we
little-
can put that onto Tanik. I mean, he held his line, he held the inside. It just looked like that Power thought he was cleared and turned in for the corner, and there's still a little bit of overlap and just self-clears across the nose. But probably is the best case scenario of how that could have ended up, Brett.
Yeah, and same again. I mean, I don't want to keep on banging on about it, but definitely a different Tanik again we're seeing tonight. So great to see. And I think if he keeps his form up, I think he might be actually in for a chance of the championship here. I
Well,
know it's early to call, but
Well, that's ultimately what he has to do. That is probably
yeah.
that is probably the one thing that's held back Bruce Tanik in winning a championship thus far is those hot moments where he's kind of thrown it away. Often he's
getting
gotten
caught up in stuff.
Yeah, and often he'll get a round ban throughout a season as well. The one thing that'll help Bruce Tanik is if he can A, make every round and be able to race every round, and B, just keep himself nice and cool, calm, and consistent. That is what's going to win
You
it
don't
for
have
him.
to win. You've just got to be there.
That's right.
And that's what he needs to do. So keep plugging away. Keep plugging away. This is a nice little battle here with Viger, Alan Duggan, and Chapman and Blanchard. Sorry, I'm screened a little bit fuzzy there, but that's okay.
They're all getting into it.
And it's bloody cold here too, by the way.
I hope you took a jumper with you.
Yeah, I've got a jacket on.
Well, that's all right. You should have set it up inside the car. You could have turned the heater on at least.
Do they have heaters?
Oh, it's called an engine, Brett. Come on.
Oh, well,
Lap 6.
Lap 6
of,
and 31. Oh,
Yep.
jeez. Here we go.
We are same brain once again. Brett Hallwell says it out into pit lane as well on the beginning of lap 7. Duggan's going to follow him into pit lane too. So two former champions coming to pit lane at the same time, Brett. Must be a championship strategy possibly between the both of them. Matt Monday's also in as well. Great run for Matt last week. Top 4 finish at Bathurst. Has got some good pace, it seems, tonight as well. His fast laps at 2:11.5, so he's not amongst the top flight drivers in terms of pace, but he's got great mid-pack pace at this stage. Jones sitting well here in P1. He's got a good 2-second gap over Gary Buckland, the pole sitter tonight in P2. Tanik back in P3 with Powell in P4 at this stage. Viger as well makes up the top 5 here for Road America in round 2 of season 27. Can't believe it, Brett, that Vets is already up to its 27th season. It is as old as me in seasons as I am in years. It's unbelievable. How are you going to feel, Brett, when it meets your age?
Not real happy. I don't know when I'll be around. That's a long, long time away. Anyway.
It's a lot further away for you than it is for me, so.
That's right.
Yep.
Jones still plugging away, like nearly to 2.5 seconds now, so doing really well at the moment. So just building that gap. So he's just got to, hopefully he can just, I mean, getting 2.5 seconds, that's a fairly big gap, and he's building it too. So hopefully he can get his pit strat right, sort himself out, unless, look, safety car might come out, bunch everyone back up again. But there we go,
Well,
further
this is where Ben Brook and Halil Cesar have come out. So Cesar has taken a 4-second longer stop than what Brook did. And it means now he's actually tucked up right behind him, and then he's got Kokoschki on his heels as well. So Cesar maybe wanted to get past Brook here pretty quickly, because Kokoschki actually hasn't been able to dispatch a Brook just yet, especially after the off-track down at turn 8 when he came out of pit road. So if Cesar wants to try and run away, he's got to try and build up a 4-second gap over Kokoschki to remain ahead of him. He's going to have to get past Brook fairly swiftly.
Things are spreading. Sorry, I'm having a snake at the moment, keeping the energy up.
Yeah, got to keep the energy up, Brett.
Things are spreading. Yeah, that's it. Things are spreading out a little bit now over the tree. Obviously, we've started to see some pit cycles coming through. We'll see that normalise as it goes throughout. Be interesting to see some people's strategies, how many pits they've got, and where they go from there.
Well, of course, we would assume majority of the field's going to be running with 2 pit stops across the night as well, though we weren't strangers to 3 pit stops last week for a couple of drivers, as Rick Viger's now into pit road as well. Dave Duddle's in too, but he's not quite in the box seat just yet. Cesar continues here to put some pressure on to Ben Brook as they ride up the hill towards the start-finish line. Tony Chapman has still got Chris Blanchard on his heels as well, in another close and tight battle in amongst the top 10 too. That battle though for Cesar and Brook is a battle that could be for a corrected podium position on the road after the pit stop cycle here tonight. We'll have to wait and see where they truly lie after this next pit stop cycle. As we said, as Says is right onto him now through turn 1. Continues to pressure that Frog Leap Juice Racing driver of Ben Brook, with Kikoshi hanging back at the moment as Pete Baxter has gone off the road further down the order tonight. He's been struggling out there. He is still going though, Brett, so not too bad. And he's still sitting nicely up in P15, but does need a pit stop at this point of the race.
And the top 15 haven't pitted yet, so they are still out on track at the moment, bobbling around, as they say. But still plenty of action back further in the pack. Todd Duggan at the moment with Burns. No, sorry, Todd Duggan and there we go. Name's gone again. Treyer.
So you look at the load up the hill as well of the suspension on the rear of this car. One of the highest load points of the circuit up at turn 6. Duggan now trying for an inside line. He's got confidence, does Todd Duggan.
He had the pace, he just couldn't quite get there. Probably just didn't have the car up far enough up on the inside.
Jones, Tannick and Powell all to pit lane now. Buckland stays out, as does Ron Allen, as does Chris Blanchard and Tony Chapman. Zatir is now in as well as we ride on board with Todd Duggan here on the back stretch of the wondrous Speedville section of the circuit out of the carousel. And now they come through the kink at turn 11 and towards Canada Quarter through the forest. Battle of the Mustangs here inside of what would be a corrected top 10 finish or top 10 position after the pit stops have been completed for both pit cycles here tonight. Jones, Tannick, Powell, Verben, Zatira, Corfiatis and Baxter are all down pit road at this stage in time. We'll see where they all end up on the exit of pit lane as lap 9 has begun. And Craig Miller is just starting to get chased down here by Scotty Weston. As Powell is at the exit of pit lane. We saw that he was inside the top 10. He's actually jumped the previous race leader, Jones, but he's come out in behind Kokoschki and Rick Viger. So he's not gained very much, but he has at least gained over the previous race leader.
Try and catch up with Jones to see how long he took in pits.
He's right behind Powell, who's up at the moment. 37.6 seconds. Yes. So a longer stop, but has left him enough time to at least take tyres on the next run through pit lane as we hit lap 9 of 31. And there's just a little bit of petering out here, but this is often what can happen here at Road America. The mid stint is often the one where everyone is spread out, but then the end of the race, everyone they all tighten back up again by the end, and all of a sudden we're thinking to ourselves, where's this come from? Well, that's exactly where it's come from. It's because everyone's tightened up. Yep, all he's trying to get past him, but Viger's not playing the game. His contact's made up at turn 6. Oosterville off the road. Watch the rejoin.
Don't rejoin.
I think Yusuf Corfiadis might need a change of underwear. We saw the wiggle. And I have to wonder if that might have been a bit of boost coming out of the rear end of that car as he saw that 266 entry backing back onto the circuit. Buckland, Allen, Chapman, Blanchard, Callahan, O'Brien, Lovegrove all in pit lane. We assume that Horsell's going to follow them as well. He will. Tannick is now the corrected race leader, and Halil Cesar is corrected P2 now that he's gotten past Ben Brook. It looks to be possibly corrected P3, but we'll have to wait and see where Gary Buckland comes out of pit lane. Kokoschki and Viger, though, are battling hard here for position down towards turn 14. Watch for Luke Powell as well.
Inside.
Yep, he's just been passed here by Kokoschki at the final corner. Has to get a good exit, though, if he wants to maximise this move and moment for him. Up the hill they run.
Got a great exit too, so he's going to be right in amongst that towards the end of this straight.
They've got to watch for pit exit traffic as well. Viger's not happy. He wants to try and get past. Watch Powell on the inside. Powell's trying to come at the inside of Viger. He's well at the inside of him. Little bit of door banging, possibly. Kokoschki gets loose. Both of them get loose. And into the wall goes Luke Powell and Rick Viger in a massive contact at the top of the hill at turn 1.
Viger's car is destroyed. That front end is just absolutely munted. The right-hand wheel is hanging off the car. That is big. I reckon we're going to have a safety car here. Lap 10 of 31.
Yep. Well, I think we might do because
And he's still got it going,
Viger's
though.
still going, but Powell is parked up.
Powell's parked, yeah.
That
I'm
car-
surprised Viger's going. The way that wheel's hanging off that car, he must be a handful to get around. He's going to try and get back to pits.
This car is not going anywhere, Brett. It is trapped there. That's a car off the road. I think that might be Mario Reale. It is. And this car is trapped here at the top of the hill. And Rick Viger right now is just struggling to get that Angry Birds entry back
Oh,
down to pit lane.
That is.
That thing is absolutely cooked, as the safety car has been called by Race Control. Brought to you by Project Fade Streetwear, of course. That car is, that thing has got heavy
Jeez, and he's
damage.
just tapped.
Oh no, and now Monday into
No.
Verben as well. And look at Boardman. Boardman's trying to sneak through here, trying to get himself a little freebie on Monday. As Verben
we should be-
is off the
we should
road.
We're under safety car, so they should be passing each other.
Well, I don't know if the safety car's
Has-
been called to the drivers
Called,
yet,
yeah,
but
right.
Race Control's told us the safety car is coming out. As the
Yeah,
race
right.
leader, Bruce Tannock, straight in. So we should expect now everybody should be coming into pit lane, Brett.
Yeah.
Everyone should be
Yeah.
in. Because this is a free pit stop, and this will get you home. This stop will get you home. If anyone
Yes.
stays out, this is gonna ruin their
they're
whole race.
crazy.
Race is gonna be done.
Yeah, crazy. So we see the first 12, 13 in pits now. 14 Burns. Yeah, here we go. Keep
Yep.
coming.
Yep,
Everybody's
they're
in pits.
all-
Viger's
all
dropping
trickling their
now.
way
Rick
down pit
Viger,
lane.
he's dropped 2 spots there.
Yeah, I
So
think
obviously just
he's struggling.
Struggling to keep that car.
Yeah, he's trying to get it back to pit lane. Oh,
at
Yusuf
the pack behind him.
Corfetis has
Oh.
stayed out. So has Lovegrove. This is a massive mistake. Horsell has stayed out. And Abel Verben stayed out as well. All of those guys have stayed out.
Wow.
That's a huge mistake. 2 weeks in a row, Brett, we've had a moment where drivers have stayed out with a safety car called.
Yeah.
And this has cost them massively. This is going to ruin their whole race.
Yeah, what's going on? It's maybe they're not aware of the critical lap or something like that, but they're things that you can't afford to miss. You cannot afford to miss.
Well,
pace
they're
car
not-
going
well,
slow.
They can't pass the
Oh.
safety car. They're not a lap down. Corfetis is the race leader. They can't be passing the safety car. Lucas Bird is the safety car driver. He needs to be telling them to get back in line because they
Yeah.
are not a lap down.
No.
Corfetis is the race leader, and I don't even think he realizes. I don't even think he knew the safety car was out there, Brett.
No.
I don't think he knew.
So I wonder whether comms, they haven't got their comms set up correctly. They didn't hear the call. You know, these are things that need to get better.
Well, I know due to the radio issues of last week, Race Control did make sure they were on the correct channel this week.
Yeah.
So that there's a struggle for these guys if
So-
they've missed that message.
Yeah, so how is that possible? I mean,
Well, it might be they're not scanning for race control
Yeah,
somehow,
yeah,
or
so-
their radio's turned off possibly as well.
yeah. So we need to get a bit better at that. So lap 11 of 31 laps here at Road America.
The safety car is out there, of course, at this point in time. First safety car of the night, second for the season, Brett. We're 2 from 2.
Two from
Safety
two,
car at
yeah.
each round. I'll take that. I like a safety car period. Helps reset the race a little bit.
Oh, it does. It does.
And I think it puts the pressure back on the drivers. What are they doing now? Why are they coming past? I don't think Race
going
Control
on?
even know that these guys are on the lead lap. Because they've just been called past like they're a lap down.
Right.
I think, but they look like they're slowing though. So I think actually that they're sorting it now. I think they've realised,
Yeah, right.
hang
yeah.
on, these guys are on the lead lap. They're not actually a lap down. They need to go back behind
Yeah.
the safety car, and
Woo up.
Corfetis is the leader.
Woo up.
Yeah.
Settle down, kids. Well, they're not kids anymore. They're all over 40, but you know what I mean. You hear what I'm saying? You pick up. You get what I'm putting down.
They're kids to the series, Brett. Come on.
Okay.
There
Here
we
comes
go.
the safety car.
So they'll tuck back in behind. The standing said they were a lap down, according
right.
to one of the race controllers and Sean Vandermeulen. And so that that mentions some of the confusion, I guess.
Yeah,
then, Brett.
yeah,
So
yeah.
one thing's saying one thing, another thing's saying another. So that's where that confusion has come from. Okay, so. And I think the reason that would have called that might have been is because the race leader technically started the new lap before Corfetus started that lap, so it might have thought that he was a lap down.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
Oh,
just
yeah,
a
and
few moments.
then Sean getting out there is also saying that JRT did confirm. They looked at JRT and confirmed that they were not a lap down. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they quickly recalled and got them back in line and reset. And hopefully, we'll get going in a couple of laps here.
it was a great job that they were able to catch it early.
Oh, what are you eating, Hamish?
I'm not eating anything. I had a drink of something actually, Brett.
Oh, did you? What did you
Yes, I
drink?
did.
What did you drink?
A drink of my Pepsi that I have next to me.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
So
It's a good job they caught it then, because it actually would have been a much bigger effort to try and unlap everybody than as Lovegrove comes in. But
Lovegrove
gonna,
coming in.
that's going to put it straight to the back of the field, though. It's a good job they did catch it though as early as they did, because it would have been so hard for them to unlap everybody. They probably would have added another 2 laps to the safety car at least. So, but that's been sorted, which has been good.
Even though Lovegrove, I mean, that's probably the smart thing to do, really, because if we restart the race, that's just going to hurt even more. So he's taking a bit of a hit now.
He's taking the hit now whilst everyone's slow. They're still close together. He's not going to get put, more seconds down, because ultimately he can then go back up to the rear of the field. He's not going to be seconds behind the field.
Yeah.
So that's the smarter choice in this scenario as well. And again, hats off to, I just want to quickly say as well, hats off to Race Control for catching it so quickly as well.
Oh, for sure.
Fantastic for them to catch that and to fix it up. It's really, really good, because again, it would have cost them so much time, and probably, as I said, an extra 2 laps if they didn't catch it, and then realise they've gone a lap ahead. They've now got to make them wait and let everybody come past them.
Yeah, definitely.
Would have been super, super difficult. So, hats off to Race
No,
Control.
well done.
For that.
Well done to Race Control.
Yep.
Excellent. So Fetus, Horsell and Verban in 1, 2 and 3, but they've got to do their second compulsory stop. So they are going to be hurting after this.
So the corrected race leader is Bruce Tannock at the moment, with Michael Jones corrected P2 and Gary Buckland corrected P3. Then it's Cesar, Kokoschki, Allen, Brooke, Weston, Blanchard and Co. behind them as well. So that's the corrected order. Corfetus, Horsell and Verban will inevitably head to the back of the field, because they will have to come down pit lane at some point for that final compulsory pit stop. So even though Corfetus is leading the race, he will get bonus points, Brett, for leading a lap. And actually, if he can go for long enough, he may be able to lead most laps of this race. Who knows?
Who knows?
But
it's worth having a crack at, isn't it? Like if he's got fuel in the car and he's got decent tyres on him, you don't know whether there's going to be another safety car that might help. Might not as well, but hey, here's what it is.
You never know what's going to happen.
He's done well, really, to reset himself after his incidences and things like that. So being under the safety car, he's managed to sort of just get himself settled back into 8th spot. So he's fast, definitely fast. So
the one thing that probably hurt him was this safety car. So because Cesar was able to build up so much gap, he's actually come out of pit lane ahead of Kokoschki. Kokoschki should have actually been ahead of Cesar, but because of the safety car, Cesar's been able to take a lap less worth of fuel, which has actually saved him the extra few seconds. It's gotten him ahead of Kokoschki. So that's where that change up has come from. And
but
then
still he's in the
Tannock
fight.
to Jones in the race lead.
Yeah, I mean, it's all compressed again. So reset, re-rack. We've still got plenty of race to go.
Plenty of laps, plenty of racing, plenty of time for those drivers to get back into things as well. As I believe, are we going to go green this lap? No, we're not. The safety car's not pulling away just yet. So what we'll do is we'll take this time to go for a very, very quick ad break here this evening as well. And we'll come off the back end. Oh, no, is he pulling away? I can't even tell.
Is he?
Yeah, no, he's not. He's not pulling away.
Oh, no,
yes,
he is. He's
He
gone.
is.
He's
gone.
gone.
So the safety car
Yeah,
pulls
right.
away.
Safety car away.
And it's come down towards Canada corner. So the rest of the field will get themselves prepared for the restart here. Oh, no, the safety car's gone round at Canada corner.
What has happened?
Lucas Burt has put the safety car round at Canada corner. I don't think it'll be a false restart because the pack's coming past.
Oh,
He
he's
might
just put it to the. He's
yeah,
put it to the
he's
tyre
put it in the
barrier.
wall. So he might just have to wait there now and tow back maybe instead of driving it back.
This has probably set a bit of confusion amongst the.
I think it has. I think they'll be thinking, wait, are we going or are we not?
What's happening? We're passing the safety car. The safety car hasn't actually entered pit lane. What's going on?
So it'll be green flag on the commencement of the next lap. Yusuf Korfeatis will control the field to begin lap 13 of 31. It's the inverse of the race distance now as we ride up the hill and get green flag running once again, remembering no passing until the control line. But for Korfeatis, he will lead a racing lap of split 2 in season 27. To Brett Horsell and Abel Verben on the podium at this stage. But Bruce Tannick's looking racy, as is Kokoschki on Cesar.
Yeah.
Gets the job done early at turn 1 and now focuses up to try and take on Gary Buckland ahead of him. Down towards turn 3 and maybe into turn 5.
Kokoschki's still got that fastest lap of the race of a 2:09.592. So he's going to want to try and put more of them down. As you can see, already just breaking a little bit of that toe back to Cesar.
Oh, Kokoschki's going for a big dive down at turn
Big
5.
dive,
Watch Bruce
big
Tannick.
dive.
Watch Bruce Tannick.
Oh,
Contact
no.
into him from a Kokoschki. That's held up Jones. And Brooke and Weston have had to go wide. Big contact down at 5. And what could have been a building race for Tannick and Kokoschki has ended in dramas down at turn 5. It gives the corrected race lead to Gary Buckland. And then corrected P2 to Halil Cesar with Ron Allen currently on the corrected podium, Brett. Unbelievable.
My heart goes out to Tannick there. Not his fault at all. Just wrong place, wrong time. Kokoschki just locked. I don't know whether he locked it up or not, but overshot and went into the back of Tannick. That is just unfortunate because we're seeing it so far, and hopefully it continues. Slightly different Tannick. Seems to be a bit more poised. Seems to be making the right moves. So anyway, let's move eyes forward. Let's move on. So that puts Gary Buckland into the top spot at the moment.
So
Yeah,
to give
Cesar.
you, Brett, the update on when Gary Buckland's last race win was. It was actually a race that I called. It was 26th of October 2023 at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Was the last time that Gary Buckland took a race win. It's his only race win to this point. Back in the ZB Commodore.
You're not going off memory, are you?
I know, I had to Google that one.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, I was going to say you're a freak if you did.
No.
Definitely a freak.
I am
Well, you are a freak
nowhere.
anyway, but anyway.
I believe that would have been season 17.
Yeah.
Would have been that. It was season 17.
There you go.
And ironically, Brett, last time we were at, or one of the times we were at Road America, was the finale
Kokoschki-
round
yeah,
in
oh, yeah.
season 17.
Kokoschki in pit lane.
Of course, Kokoschki in after that contact. Let's figure out the days, Brett, between race wins. If Buckland were to win today,
Oh,
what would be
jeez.
the days?
You hurt
Days
my brain,
since
Hamish. You hurt my brain.
October 26, 2023. 891
Jones
days.
going for a
So
pass on the inside of Allen.
he
And
is,
looks like
and
he
he gets
might
that
have
job
that
done.
done.
He's got that job
Yeah,
done,
and
Brett, in a great
Look at
move.
top Duggan. He's tucked in there as well, right behind Allen.
Yep, Duggan's up there
Pretty
and
racy.
amongst this, doing very, very well tonight. Watch for Schreier in behind them and Blanchard as well. So Gary Buckland stays since his last race win, Brett. Not as bad as what Blanchard and Crisdale's were, which was over 1,000 days for both of them. 891 days since his last race win in V8 Veterans. 891.
You hurt me brain, Hamish.
Tell you what, Horsel's now
Unbelievable.
taken the race lead, so he'll now get an extra point for leading a lap with Korfeatis and Verben on the podium at this point, but they do need a second pit stop in this race. That'll drop them well off the podium. Buckland's waiting to take over the race lead with Cesar And Michael Jones now on the corrected podium with Alan and Todd Duggan in tow behind them as well. As Duggan looks racy tonight, Brett. He looks so good out there. Nice and comfortable, it seems, and confident as well.
Might want to go back to Duddle at this point and have a look at what's going on there.
Find him. There he is. Brett Fisher on the inside. Contact down at Canada corner. And into the wall goes David Duddle and Brett Fisher, ready to have a cuddle under the tree.
Yeah, how was that for a dob in for myself? I'll tell you that right
Brett,
now.
that looked like you went quite far enough up on him, I'll be honest.
No, I had a good bit of pace on him and unfortunately locked a brake and obviously slid into him. But I was hoping actually to just push him around a little bit as in straighten up the car and we could both continue on. But unfortunately I got a hit from behind and that unfortunately buried me into the side of his car. And I'm truly sorry about that, Mr. Duddle.
A couple of movements here. Ben Brooks trying to get a job done on Zatira with Chad Viger and James Boardman trying to get past Brett O'Brien. Here comes Chad Viger on the inside at turn 3. Looks to get the move completed. Underneath the cheese bridge they go.
No, not yet though.
Not yet. Boardman's hanging on to it. Can he get it done before the braking zone?
He's still well up beside of Viger at the moment. Viger coming across. Not coming across, but sort of just taking a tight line there.
Super tight, and he finally gets that job done.
Yeah.
Hoffman battling here with Miller as well. Lovegrove back here too.
Oh, that's deep, Miller. That's deep, but he's got it around.
Tough, tight battling between them. Of course, it was, I believe, Miller and Hoffman who actually made contact on lap 1. That's what caused Hoffy to go off the road. So
bit of bad
these guys battling once again.
A lot of racing going on up and down this tower. There's a fair bit of racing everywhere at the moment. Not sure where to look. But we're going to look out the back of Valen's car onto Duggan.
Just continuing to put pressure on him. He's fast up of the race, Ron Allen, 2:10.872. He's currently sitting 7th position overall here tonight as well. A great effort from him. He started the race out of P11, so he's up a net gain of 4 positions here tonight across the first half of this race. Great to see from him as Duggan right up underneath the rear wing of that M1 used cars entry.
Yeah, Duggan up 6. Blanchard up 2. Andrew Galley up 4. And Scotty Weston up 4. Callahan up 13 and Zaretta up 13 as well. So some big moves. Monday up 8. Clifton up 13. So there's a lot of people. Oh, that was... That was...
Did I pull away at the wrong point?
You pulled it at the wrong time there. I think that was that Clifton?
That's Ron Allen's gone off the road.
Or Duggan.
Todd Duggan, I think, might have been involved in that.
Yeah.
He's off, and he's now behind Michael Schreier. That's a blunder. That's on me.
That's all right. We'll get it in the highlights.
Absolute brain fade of my behalf. Missing that one. I do apologise.
That's right. It's a better brain fade than you than me. Probably more than likely come from me, but anyway.
Michael Quain putting some pressure right now on Sean Cullen. Brett Taylor just ahead of them as well. Continuing to race well here tonight too. So laps are starting to get ticked down here. Pete Baxter in behind. Watch for Quain on the inside.
No, backs out. Smart move.
Backs out.
Not
Smart
quite
move.
up.
Yeah. Doesn't want to push for it too hard just yet as Roy Clark now gets the job done on James Boardman up ahead of him as well. Chad Viger, Brett O'Brien, Paul Burns. This battle's now tightened up ahead of them as well, Brett. So it's all happening here amongst the midfield.
It certainly is. I mean, since that safety car, there's been a lot of racing going, and you can see by that tree, there's a lot of close competitors at the moment. A bit hard to look everywhere, but you know,
I mean, it's a long train.
best.
I mean, this is all being led by Todd Duggan, all the way back, relatively speaking, to Chad Viger, as Scott Weston's struggling with off tracks now as well.
Well, you could even go to Clark and then also Boardman because they're only 1 second out. There's not a massive gap between them. So that train's still going back further. And then you've got another little group behind there, right? That was
Ben Brook, I think it was, off the road down at Canada Corner. So he's just gotten himself restarted. So it's all heating up. Up through Thunder Valley to turn 14 they go. It's great to come to Road America, of course. It is, as I said, one of the Probably one of the sneakiest historical circuits in the US. So often people think of Daytona or even Indianapolis Motor Speedway is probably the most historic. Road America's got some real history about it, Brett. I mean, multiple series have run here. Historic races have run here as well. And as I said at the start of the show, modern day we get IndyCar action here as well as IMSA too. So there's a great piece of racing pedigree here at Road America out at Elkhart Lake in Wisconsin.
Yeah, a bit of everything. Miller just doing the fastest lap of his race. 2:11.251.
Brett O'Brien is up 20 positions at the moment. I believe he's in the chat as Michael Schrader gets the job done to get back up to P7 now. Didn't get home in time to qualify, but he's done well to get up 20 positions in this race thus far for the ERT driver. Unbelievable effort for Brett O'Brien, of course. Todd Duggan's doing a great job tonight ahead of Chris Blanchard as well. Tony Chapman sitting nicely here in P12. He's down 4 positions from where he started the race, but
probably not real happy about that.
No, but I think he's doing a great effort thus far nonetheless. Look for Paul Burns and Ben Brook though battling away here down towards the carousel off the exit of turn 8. Brett O'Brien and Burns side by side. Who's going to come out the other side? Here is the benefactor. O'Brien wants a 21st position gain in this race. He gets that job done. Burns tucks back up in behind him off the exit of turn 10.
Behind too. He looks like he's ready to bounce.
Possibly even ready to pounce Brett as well.
Yeah.
Here's Chad Weiger.
And Clark and Boardman same again in the box seat behind there. So they'll be just sitting there waiting to see what's going to happen.
Oh, Zatira getting run wide by Darryl Callahan.
Can he get it
caught
sorted?
Matt Monday's come past though. Up 10 now in this race. Zatira up 12. Clifton up 14. Callahan's claimed a 13th position gained in this race as well. When will the race leader Brett Horsell come in for his final stop of the race? Same for Yusuf Korfaitis and Abel Verben. Back in P3 as well and relinquish the race lead back to Gary Buckland. As Hallel says, will look to battle him for race win honours here tonight out at Road America.
Tell you what, Gary Buckland and Cez are really doing a great job here because they started to put a gap on Jones. I think that's.
Chad Weiger!
Oh, jeez.
Chad Weiger's gone off at turn 1 with massive contact into the wall. And both Weiger brothers have destroyed their Mustangs down there in the span of about 10 laps, Brett.
The old Angry Birds are going to be for a big repair bill after this week.
Well, it's a quick turnaround. We go from one road to another to Road Atlanta next week, based out of the US. Not too far from the city of Georgia, of course.
Joel Osterwald just doing the fastest lap of his race.
2:10.62 for Oosterwald on that last lap. Andrew Liston's done well tonight, just maintaining position. He's up 1, but he's done well to maintain where he is on the field here. But this is 2 weeks in a row that he's done this now. It's a great effort from him to see this sort of progression from Listener here this season.
Just got to plug away, plug away, plug away, plug away.
Promise you, I just want to quickly say this, but I promise everyone as well, you want to stick around for the post-race to get those post-race highlights. We'll go through every incident as it came, as Boardman at the kink gets past Clark. So this battle's really heating up between Roy and James in behind Paul Burns.
Not done with it. Clark is definitely not done with it. Has a look on the inside. Goes to the outside.
Oh, doesn't want to dive though at Canada corner. Just tucks in behind him.
Are we going to play the Split 2 hype-up song for this week again?
We will also play that as well, Brett, at the end of the broadcast too.
Love it.
I'll tell you what, it's been a hyped start to the season. I'm super excited, Brett, for the run through the next few weeks. I mean, Road Atlanta is a spectacular circuit. We've been there multiple times. And St. Petersburg for its first outing in the Vets. It's always good to get a new street circuit in iRacing. We had one, well, we had technically 2 last season in Miami and Adelaide, and now we've got St. Pete coming in as well. That's going to be an exciting one. Long Beach to come as well. Super excited for that race this season too. One of my favourites, Brett.
31.
We've currently got 13 laps to go, but it's not going to be a very quick 13 minutes, Brett. It's going to be around about half an hour to go in this race on the timing tower in terms of race time. That was close.
Good closing rate there by Blanchard there. I thought he was going to do something with that. Look at Andrew Galley. Andrew Galley just sitting in the box seat there as well. He's up 4 spots. Just been a bit of a silent
Great
assassin
effort
tonight.
Great effort from Andrew Galley, must be said. A fantastic race from him. I'll tell you what, Michael Jones doing really well right now just to try and hold off Michael Schreier, but this is only helping the corrected top 2, Buckland and Cesar, who are able just to run away from him at this point. They've already built out a 3.5 second gap, Brett, back to P3 in Jones and Schreier in their battle.
Tannick just getting past Lovegrove.
I'll help him for sure. As Blanchard tries to get past Duggan at the kink, gives him a little door and comes by him. Watch for Galley though. He's got to run through the kink. Duggan got held up a little bit there. Bit of a door-to-door down towards Canada corner. Can he get this done on the inside? Blanchard doesn't want to give him any room. Blanchard didn't want to give him any room. That allows Duggan to come back through, but Blanchard gets loose. Bit of a door, they make it through somehow, but Galley's not lifted the foot one bit. He's kept it into it at this point, up through Thunder Valley. Watch for Scott Weston as well. He wants to get in on this too. And Tony Chapman and Daryl Callahan. Galley gets loose though off of 14. And now he's ruined his run up the hill. Wants them to pick him apart here. Like an Easter Sunday roast, getting divvied up for lunch.
Weston taking great advantage of, unfortunately, there. Look at that behind them. We've got Chapman and Monday.
Callahan.
No,
Chapman and Callahan.
Sorry.
Gets that job done at that point as well. And comes through on them in a great move.
Yeah, what a shame for Andrew. Like he was almost just unfortunately got that grass on the right hand side there. It just got him out sideways. He's on for a good run, so he'll settle back in and try and have another crack.
Roy Clark gets past James Baldwin once again. In a P22 now, so their battle's not over just yet. It's really heating up, but look at how tight this train is, Brett, from Chris Blanchard
huge,
back.
Huge.
Unbelievably close. This is what a safety car brings us. It tightens everybody back up again, and it puts the pressure on them.
It hasn't dissipated it all that fast either. Like they've all stayed together, so this has been some fantastic running in the mid-pack.
This is like what we said, Brett, how everyone will kind of spread out in the mid-sector of this race through the pit stops. After that second stop, they all find themselves back together again, but the safety cars really enhance that here this evening. Oh, but it is tight and intense racing between them, though. Duggan's doing so good tonight, Brett. I'm so impressed by him. Up 4, inside of the top 10 right now with Scott Weston in behind him.
Happy with where he's at the moment. Scotty Weston also making a
up
not
5.
a bad run either.
Yep, both of them have done so well. It's great to see them both doing well here tonight, especially after some of the seasons that Todd Duggan has had previously. He's had a lot of poor luck on board the Nova Sim Sports entry, but yeah, right now he's having a hell of a run here this evening.
Callahan will be really happy with his run. Up 14, so he'll be wrapped with his run so far. So Schroeder getting past Jones.
Yeah, he's trying to get by him. Up at
Let's
14, gets the job done. In the
Jones
pit lane comes Abel
that was
Verben.
wide. That was nearly coming unstuck.
Yep, Verben now into pit lane as well. So that'll promote them up another position.
Jones not done with that. He
Cesar and Buckland side by side into turn 1. There looked to be a little bit of a knock there. They've run it wide, off at 1.
Buckland.
Buckland out in the sand. Cesar there with him. And actually, I think Cesar's trying to redress it here. Look at that. He's pulled over. He's trying to let him past. But the problem is it's going to drag Schreier, Jones, Allen all back into this as Cesar looks to let Gary Buckland back past into the race lead.
Right, so let's see if we can do it without getting cars behind him. But Jones is back in it as well.
We'll watch for Schreier though as well down at turn 5. So this is all of a sudden has changed it from a 1v1 for the race lead to a fatal 5-way now. And the 5-pack challenge that's pressurising all of them is going to be continuing on for the next 10.5 laps, Brett. Unbelievable stuff.
Well, Cesar got out of jail, get out of jail free card. Maybe something else might be coming his way, but Gary Buckland, that could have been a lot worse than what it was. Serge will think twice about having another dip at him and making sure it sticks this time. Jones is looking really, really racy on the back of Schroeder.
He is indeed. And I'll tell you what, that pack behind them still looking racy as well, with Andrew Galley on the tail of Scott Weston, with Monday in behind Tony Chapman as well. Ben Brook continuing to pressure Brendan Zatira here tonight as well. Both of these guys. Well, Zatira's had a great run up 13. Brook's trying to recover, being 10 spots down from where he started this race. But there's plenty on offer for them still, Brett, including 2 positions when those top 2 cars come down pit lane. The thing is for them though, how long can they go? The benefit would have been for them, Brett, because they took more fuel. They took about 30 seconds worth of fuel in their first stop. They can go relatively long, might ease some of the pain later on in this race as Chris Blanchard's gone off down at Thunder Valley. So that'll drop him some positions now, with Duggan now leading this train. Unbelievable stuff as lap 22 begins.
Looks like Weston's just snuck his way through, or was just followed through there as well with Galley. But still, there's not much in between. Look, less than half a second, just a fraction over half a second from Duggan all the way down to O'Brien, and then even a second back to Burns, and then Clark and Boardman.
Oh, Weston got super close then. Super close. Watch for the debris on the exit as well. Duggan tried to cover him down towards turn 1. Barely left a car width to the line as Brett Taylor, I believe, has been off the road. No, that's Mario Reali now is off the road as well at turn 1. They're all running wide.
Must be getting late. And we're starting to see some cracks. Geez, he's just sticking in the grass there. Trying to get that car sorted.
So Zatira and Taylor have now dropped below that long train battle pack that we saw happening earlier on, but it's still heating up here. Matt
and Andrew Galley.
Yep, Matt Monday as well. They're all trying to get involved. Watch for Mick Clifton as well. Monday's gone round at the top of the hill. Big contact up there. A massive pile up at the top of the hill. Unbelievable stuff. It's all going off up here. Baldwin barely gets away with it. Clark comes out the other side of the rejoin, and now he's off the road.
This is just going sideways for a lot of drivers here.
That is a massive cluster at the top of the hill at turn 6. And it's dropped a lot of drivers off as Burns has been off the road now, down just before the carousel. Unbelievable how quickly things can change, Brett, as I think Roy Clark's off the road once again.
Careful the rejoin. He's got that back on track. Miller. Someone's having a Miller there.
Yeah, Miller ran it wide as well down at turn 10. A huge cluster.
The cracks have been beginning to show for
They
a
are.
lot of drivers here.
Andrew Galley had a minor off track too, so he's now dropped to Blanchard. And Boardman's pressurising Paul Burns here for positioning too, so it's all happening, but the front pack continue their battle for the corrected race lead.
Callahan, big winner out of all that, up 17 spot. Weston just getting past Duggan.
It's a great move now for P8 on the road. Paul Burns into pit lane. We suspect maybe
Duggan's
for a
not
drive-through.
done with it,
He's not done with it. He's still going at him. So Duggan trying to get past Scott Weston down towards turn 3. They're battling hard for this top 10 finish here tonight. Todd Duggan, can he get this job done? He's up 6 thus far. Contact's made though, and Weston spun him round. Duggan off the road, didn't leave enough room to the track's edge, and Weston had nowhere to go. That's now promoted Callahan up his 18th position into P9. And it's going to promote a heap of other drivers up positions too. Blanchard up 2, Galley up 4, O'Brien now up 29. Listener up 7, Boardman up 7, Zatira now up 13, and even more of them are gaining positions off that one. But man, that's a big one.
But even going back further, Brett Taylor up 21, Sean Cullen up 16, Michael Cain up 20. So there's some big winners out of that. So far, just having a bit of a crack here. Things are going sideways for some, and things are going coming up roses for others.
Indeed they are. Ron Allen might be one of the
Jones.
safest cars on the road. He is sitting nicely 1.7 seconds behind Jones. And Schreier's intensifying battle with 7 laps to go when we cross the line. When will Horsell and Corfiadis come in to give up the race lead? It's winding down to the end. The sun is setting on Road America. And for Gary Buckland, he is 7 laps away from his second ever V8 Veterans race win. Last one came season 17 of Split 2 as the top two come into
boys,
pit road.
Yeah, boys coming into pit lane. So this is now our corrected leader.
Yep, 889 days for when the race happened between race wins for Gary Buckland. And as we said, last time it happened, season 17. Which ironically was a season that we were at this circuit, but that time it was for the finale.
Quain dropping
Oh,
there.
Michael Quain off the road at turn 13 and 14. And Cullen is dropping as
further
well.
Oh. Yeah. Kofidis in
Actually,
pits.
Kofidis might come out well here.
Yeah.
He might come out in the top 30 position possibly, Brett. It's going to be
Probably
tight.
built
Right.
enough gap.
Yeah, I don't know actually, because there's tight cars coming behind him.
Yeah.
He's going to come out with a +6 on the gain. Horsel's going to be down
Weiger
5.
dropping now.
Weiger's off the
Rick
road
Weiger
at turn 1
dropping. He's
again. So Rick
Weiger
Weiger
boys,
once again, it's not the night for them, is it,
in
Brett?
the wars.
Yep, in the absolute wars tonight of those guys. Sean Cullen's run it wide at turn 1 as well.
Ah. Oh, careful of rejoin.
Unbelievable. But the battle for the race win is now on, Brett. Buckland into the race lead.
Duggan and Taylor.
Oh, it's all happening between them. Or do you mean Duggan and Tannick? It is Duggan and Tannick battling away.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, Duggan running it wide. And then Taylor and Zatira nice and closely contested together as well. But
Cesar, yeah, he's closing at 0.2 of a second behind Buckland at the moment. So that bit of gripe is not over and done with yet. So
it's not. And this has become a tyre race now. At this stage, obviously, running from lap 10 all the way to lap 31. And for green flag running, we've been running since around about lap 14. So for Gary Buckland, he has got to survive 7 more laps to the checkered flag now. 7 laps for this
Jones
man.
sideways on the exit.
Yep, that's a poor exit, and that's going to drop in position, or at least track position to Schreier ahead of him.
Oh, look at the... Buckland's managed to put about a 0.6 gap on Cesar that time. Mustn't have got a good run off that last corner. He was right up within 0.2, so...
It looks like through the timing, Brett, it looks like almost where Buckland's strong, that might be where Cesar's a bit slower, and where Cesar's strong, that's where Buckland's a bit slower across their laps. So
Miller and Baxter and Hoffman, I think.
Something's happened between them down at the final corner.
Yeah.
Miller's continued on.
Duggan in pits.
Todd Duggan comes in. But race lead continues with this battle for Gary Buckland and Halil Cesar, with Michael Schreier and Michael Jones involved in it as well. We've got a bit of a battle of the Michaels this season now, Brett. We've got Michael Schreier, Michael Jones and Michael Quain all in the same split, as well as Mick Clifton, who's just ended up off the road down at turn 1. Might be a little battle for a skip and iron throughout the season, but
yeah,
the melee of Michaels, if you will. Got the battle of the Bretts and the melee of Michaels.
Yeah, the melee of Michaels. Oh, here you go.
I think we'll be hard pressed to get a Halil Havoc going on.
Real just getting past Chapman.
He's made that one happen. Zatira and Listener continue this battle. Boardman's managed to get past that pack now, so he's got himself in a tiny little position in P11. Up 10 positions in this race. O'Brien up 31. Unfortunately, though, because of our rules about qualifying and knowing that Breton can qualify quite well, might have to knock him off the possible Driver of the Day nominations. But for Callahan, well, he's unproven here in Split 2. We don't know where he can qualify comparatively to the whole field. Being up 20, that's a hell of an effort from him.
Run. That's a huge run.
Huge.
That's a huge run. Brenton O'Brien, yeah, like you're saying. Who else? Scotty West doing well up 10, although Scotty probably...
Andrew Hoffman as well, back up to P18, 1 spot down from where he started after a lap 1 contact. Remember being a lap down earlier in the race, and we mentioned the historical, importance of being a lap down as Andrew Listener continues to battle with Zatira. Can they get the job done up towards turn 14 for Brendan Zatira now on the outside?
gonna
Can't
be a
quite
battle all the way
get
down the
there.
straight, I think.
It will. It's going to be a drag race between them. Up the hill they rise. And watch for Taylor and Tannick in the background as well. There might be some moves being made here for the minor positions of this race.
Even though Tannick's down 12 spots, he's done well to get back up into this race. And he looks like he's got another spot there. Just getting past Brett Taylor.
And I tell you what,
these guys still side by side.
Yeah, I tell you what, great recovery from Tannick tonight as well. Back up to P14.
Look at him looking on the inside here.
Oh, he wants this move on Brendan Zatira. Can Tannick get it? No, backs in behind it. And I tell you what, that's almost proof in the pudding, Brett, of the change that's come for Bruce Tannick.
Yeah,
Previous Bruce Tannick probably would have forced the issue, stayed up the inside and may have made contact. Instead, though, he tucks in behind him and just tries to press on as he goes with a huge dive bomb down at turn 5. Zatira needs to be careful. He's alongside him. Fair play. Up the inside he goes. And now he looks to the inside on Listener as well. Up at turn 6. He locks it up, though. Massive lock up. Took a little bit too much. And off the road they go.
Just a shame. Just a shame he locked that there, unfortunately. But I mean, like that was a good run. He really
good run.
you know, he was there. He just unfortunately locked the brake.
Can't say much more about that as Buckland and Cesar and Shrey are the top
Tannick
three
off the
now.
track again.
Yeah, he's struggling back there.
Yeah.
Is Tannick. Favero and Taylor still battling close by as well, but we are going to have Brett 5 laps to the end of this race when we cross the line. 5 laps for Gary Buckland to survive in the race lead here at Road America tonight. But Brett Taylor and Brendan Zatira, these guys are battling hard for position out there and a great effort right now.
And there's still heaps of battles going on up and down that whole timing tower at the moment. There's battles all over this track at the moment, which is fantastic to see. It still hasn't, you know, like majorly spread out. Kofita's getting past Brooks at the moment.
So they're battling away. We ride on board with Brett Taylor at the moment, who's driving an incredible run thus far.
The battle between Kokoschki, Horsell and Brook, and Kofitas is tightened up.
And Taylor as well, just continuing to massage this pressure now. Kokoschki trying to make moves back here with Horsell trying to get by Brook down at turn 1. Squeezes through one. Rubbin is racing, Brett, and they're continuing on as Scott Weston. Scott Weston's had a bit of a moment down at 5, and it's, well, Darryl Callahan and him are battling away for position, Brett. Unbelievable stuff. This is really tightening up now between the whole field. Unbelievable.
We're starting to get really close now to the run home where things start to get a little bit desperate. Drivers sort of saying, oh, I might be able to make up another spot. It might be worth having a bit of a dip here. As we see, Horsell, Brook dropping a couple of spots, Chapman dropping a couple of spots, Baxter dropping a couple of spots, and Listener dropping a couple of spots there. So, as we just said moments ago, things are starting to heat up. The pressure cooker's being turned on, and the curry is in the pot.
Did you take some curry with you for the weekend, Brett?
No.
Oh.
I didn't. I should have, because it's bloody cold here. It's getting colder at the moment too. In the shed, in the 33 of the Kia Stinger's garage.
Oh, you see Buckland there.
Toe.
He's trying to break that toe up the hill from Cesar.
He
is feeling the pressure right now as Buckland, as Cesar is tucked up right in behind him.
Brett Taylor just got overtaken by Ferrero. And Taylor back again. Your Listener just dropped for Monday and back again. So same again, these guys are battling it all the way down. Miller and Chapman further down for 22nd, 23rd.
They're all going at it as Baxter tries to get by him now. A little bit of a door. It's all happening, Brett. So many different battles across the road. Watch for Corfitas as well. Massive lock up on the lunge. Tries to get past Chapman. Contacts made, though. They somehow make it through. Watch for Kokoschki and Horsell, though. He got a great run off the corner.
That's going to kill their run up. So Kokoschki and Horsell are going to have a really good run.
Look at the
Now,
bump
Kokoschki
draft.
should just
Look at
tuck
the
in.
bump draft from Kokoschki on Horsell there,
Yeah.
Brett. He's just pushing him along.
Well, that's exactly what he needs to do, because I don't think anything else would have helped there. But now Kokoschki going to the inside, sideways a little bit. He got up the inside of Brett Taylor.
So now past the Tira goes Kokoschki and now looks for Corfetus to get by as well.
28 laps to 31.
And it is
Monday,
all on the
they are
line.
still going at it.
They are indeed. It's all happening for young and old.
just a-
Oh, bit of a lock up there from
lock
Monday
up,
at turn
lock up.
5.
Oh,
Somehow he
good
pulls
save,
it
good
up.
save.
I don't
Yeah,
know how he
yeah.
pulled that up, Brett, but unbelievably he does.
Yeah, he just got off the brakes enough, I think, to allow the car to pull up, but that could have been nasty. So he lived to fight another day. This is just like, 28 laps to 31. Kokoschki going past Kofidis.
Gets that job done.
Things
Now
are
looks
just
to Brett
happening
Horsell.
everywhere.
Is indeed. Miller gets past Mick Clifton, and the battle for the race lead continues, Brett, with what is 3 laps to go when we cross the start-finish line and begin lap 29 of this race. Michael Schreier's just starting to put some pressure now onto Cesar up the hill.
0.2. He's probably going to get a good run as he's closing that gap. Not quite. He is now as he pulls out, but he's not going to be able to do anything there. He's probably not close enough.
So Schreier continues to impress in his debut round of the season for Split 2. He's up 4 positions right now, and we're pretty well spared for choice in terms of who we could possibly pick for driver of the day tonight, Brett. There's so many names. I mean, you can look to Schreier on his first race here in Split 2. You can look for the likes of Andrew Galley, who finds himself inside the top 10, Callahan, Boardman,
That's a huge effort for
Zatira.
Andrew.
I mean, unbelievable efforts thus far. And there's also the wonderful wild card that we have 2 of all season, where we could nominate the race winner, who looks to be Gary
Weston
Buckland here
Chapman
tonight.
And Verban just getting past each other there, but it was separate. Stop it, don't worry about it. But also remember too, the driver of the day also getting the T-shirt.
That's right. So we have to be pretty well selective with who we pick tonight, Brett.
Yeah.
There's also the recovery drives of some drivers out there. Of course, Andrew Hoffman is now up to P16 after going a lap down. Bruce Tannick
That's a huge effort.
with his recovery drive, although his is a little bit less impressive because he did make that contact with
Brooke and
Listener
Burns.
earlier
Brooke
on.
and Burns. They were swapping places there for a second. Same again, like it's just all the way down the tree, but there's stuff going on left, right, and centre. Where do you look?
Oh, Ben Brook wants on the inside, lock up at 5 again.
Oi.
He can't quite get there, and now has to reset himself and regroup going forward.
Andrew Galley on Blanchard now too. That gap is closed up.
It's all happening.
Andrew Galley in 7th spot.
Unbelievable.
8.
Up 8 positions.
Brilliant drive. Absolutely brilliant drive by Andrew.
He's really at the precipice of a breakout drive tonight. Last week it went to a breakout star in Brett Horsell, ironically, who battled with Chris Blanchard throughout that race at Bathurst, and tonight Galley's battling away with Blanchard right now, who's had another sneaky performance here and gotten himself forward with 2 to go, Brett.
Another thing that's interesting about Andrew Galley too, to bring you the raw custard, as we see someone going slow there. Andrew Galley's had troubles with his pedals last week, and he's running on a different set of pedals that he's got on loan at the moment. So that is just to have an outstanding drive like that on a set of pedals that you're not used to. That's unbelievable. Austinwell just having a shocker tonight, just been in the wars, left, right, and centre.
One to forget after his round ban last week. And so now that he's back into it again, not the start of the season that he would have wanted, of course. So we've got 1 3/4 laps left to go here, Brett, in this race. Gary Buckland is continuing to withstand the pressure from Halil Cesar in behind him in the 5 entry. A previous champion versus who could be a future champion in Gary Buckland. He was up and around the championship fight for last season, but he didn't quite finish out the season that he would have wanted. Same for the season prior as well. Is season 27 the breakout season for Buckland to do it for himself, to do it for old mate and sons, who are yet to tackle the mountain of Split 2 ever since Jason Strange won it, ironically, Brett, in season 17 at Road America, the last season that Gary Buckland took a win. Is it an omen, possibly?
Oh, Cesar closing.
Cesar with a massive close down towards Canada corner.
Not done. He's not done with
He's
this
not
yet.
done. He's having a go at him for it. He wants that P2, but a massive loss there for Cesar at Thunder Valley. Caught some grass. Off the road he goes. Michael Schreier comes by now. We've got 1 lap to go. And Cesar's possibly thrown away the possibility of a race win. Unbelievable. Unbelievable storyline here this evening.
Little mistakes hampering Cesar tonight, you know, with getting in contact with Buckland, having to redress that. You know, I think that was probably the opportunity that he needed. If he could have got past Gary Buckland at that point, he might have, might have been a completely different story. But just having a few errors tonight, and it's costing him. But still in 3rd spot, so it's nothing to throw away at this point.
A massive
Galley's
mistake.
still close on Blanchard too, so
He is. He's right on him. Here's Andrew Galley. Right on the tail of him.
Tannic closing the gap on Zaretta as well.
They're all having a crack here tonight. Bruce Tannic wants a move on Brendan Zatira. Down at turn 1. Can he get this job done?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh! Zaretta just getting the car sideways. That's going to kill his run down the back here. Brett Taylor.
Up 23 tonight. What a drive for Brett Taylor as well.
That's huge.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable for him.
He'd be leading the Battle of the Bretts for this race by the look of that too, so that's a good effort.
Well, as we come round towards the kink, 889 days since his last race win, 10 seasons since Old Mate and Sons were the top of Split 2 when they last won the Drivers' Championship. At this circuit where they won it, Gary Buckland is going to come around Canada Corner and up through Thunder Valley for the final time here this evening, as he will electrify his way to what will be an all-time start to his season. It was P3 at Bathurst. And as he comes round turn 14 and up the hill, it'll be P1 at Road America for Gary Buckland and Old Mate and Sons in a great return to form. First win in 3 years for Buckland. Schreier home in P2 on his debut. Cesar returns to the podium in P3. Jones, Ron Allen, Chris Blanchard will outlast Andrew Galley to P6 on the road. But it has to be hats off to Galley, who's driven spectacularly tonight. Weston up to P8 as well. Callahan and then Brett O'Brien will make up the top 10, up 31 positions. And Brett, I think we use the wild card this evening.
All right. Fire it away.
Driver of the Day nominations going into the chat for you. Michael Schreier, Andrew Galley, Andrew Hoffman, or Gary Buckland. Get your votes in.
Vote from boys and girls. Everyone get your votes in. You've been entertained tonight.
Will come home in a tight race to the line. He'll just get there ahead of Clifton. Oh, but needs to be careful of the parked up Hoffman on the side of the road. And Monday. He's lucky that he towed. Oh, Duddle. Have you guys had a cuddle again, Brett? No, Rick Viger's gone off the road.
Yeah. No, I only had one cuddle.
Unbelievable into this race. Is Abel Verben, has he run out of fuel? He blew his engine. The light was on in the back of the car. He blew the engine.
He's not going to roll up that hill.
He won't. That'll be
it.
He'll finish on lap 30 of this race. He won't make the end of lap 31. That'll drop him a lap down. But Gary Buckland, 889 days later.
You're going to be stoked with that, Gary.
9 seasons since this team won the championship here with Jason Strange. He is a race winner once again. Congratulations to Gary Buckland. Well done.
What a race. What a race. I'm buggered after that, I'll tell you. It's been a big night. They're not going to get up early. Got to be in the garage at before 6:30, I think, or 6:45. 6:45.
We'll try and run through it as quickly as possible, Brett.
Oh, it's all right. I'm not stressed. I'm going to play me song. We're going to see the highlights. We're going to talk to people if we have to.
Speaking
if we
of
are.
the highlights, Brett, it is the round 2 of season 27. Post-race highlights coming your way right here for Road America this evening. It all started on the green flag drop of this race, of course. Buckland goes from pole to race win tonight, and it was a hot start off the line for him that found himself going forward off that start line. But there was this initial contact of the line that I saw, Brett, between Quain and Reale. Quain just gets a little bit stuck there to the front of Reale's car. They go off the road, but they continue on.
Quain's been in the wars a bit there tonight too.
Andrew Hoffman as well. This was his moment up at the top of the hill at turn 6.
Hoffy, where are you? Hoffy?
So watch for Miller on the inside. There's a bit of contact between them. Off the road he goes and straight into the wall. Also, yeah, Brett,
Bushka.
daylight savings ends. You get an extra hour of sleep tonight.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's good. I hope my phone remembers that.
It will. It'll automatically change. Brett.
I'll enjoy another little bit of a
Brett
nip.
Horsell as well. This was his moment down off the just before the kink. Bit of contact.
Jeez. Oh, lucky you missed that brick wall there too. That concrete wall. That could have been even worse.
And then this was the one for Craig Miller and James Baldwin. So Craig's just been told he's got a drive through for the contact with Hoffman. And as he's told that, this is what's happened down at turn 5. Just a bit of rear end contact with Baldwin. He tries to keep it going. Oh, back out again, and then contact with Favero. And just a little bit of a cluster down there.
Around.
Yeah, not the moment that they would have wanted, and cars had to take evasive action in that one, including Mick Clifton.
That could have been a lot worse.
It could have been. A hell of a lot worse. Andrew Hoffman, this is the moment that he goes a lap down. What was a great recovery drive from him here tonight. This was Joel Oosterwald's moment down at Thunder Valley, Brett, that we saw. So he got a bit of a wiggle, almost identical to Cesar's later in the race, but just couldn't keep it going, and that kind of became the story of the night for him. Unfortunately for Joel Oosterwald out there. So then scroll down. There's a couple more minor off tracks for some drivers as well, but really the main course to the party was inevitably when the safety car came out. There's a few incidents before then. Mario Reale with an off track down at Canada Corner once again. So another car gets dropped off there as well. It became one of the hot spots for the evening, Brett, must be said, was that corner. This was Pete Baxter as well, down at turn 5. Might have just locked a brake here and maybe just lost the rear end possibly down there. As well, there he goes. It's a struggle for him. John Oosterwald with another moment. This is up at turn 6. Just lost that was the contact with Viger that we saw.
Yeah, right.
That was the contact we saw there. And then this was the moment that brought out the safety car. Luke Powell. And Viger up at the top of the hill at turn 1. A massive moment up there. Unbelievable, really, as we said. And we've got to try and find the massive incident that we saw. I think there's one that we can't not show, but there is one that we have to show. We have a legality to the fans out there to show if I can find it. Possibly. Yes, I can. It's this one right here.
Oh, yes.
The safety car down at Canada Corner.
Never live it down.
And around goes Lucas Burt down there. This was then the moment as well that really changed the shape of this race. Bruce Tannick driving along nice and tidily in a corrected race lead position, and then Stephen Kokoschke overshoots himself in the braking zone, makes contact, holds up Jones and Tannick, and allows Buckland through, and that's arguably what won him the race, Brett, was that move right there between those guys. So there's a pretty big moment for them. Then there's this moment here with Some Joker and David Duddle down at Canada Corner.
What a clown.
Oh.
Actually, it was his teammate that punched him in the ring in the back. It didn't help the situation, but anyway, that's it. Yep, not his fault at all.
And then Chad
I do
Viger
apologise.
Chad Viger as well with another contact.
That was big.
Turn one. That was a big one. Huge. Absolutely huge. And then we watched this one at the back end of it happening down at turn one. So I might just actually drag it back here because it actually doesn't show the whole tail. So they're coming down the straight, leading up towards the braking zone of turn one. There's a little bit of a tap there, and they kind of just get sucked into each other into the braking zone. Says it can't pull it up, and then a bit of a door off the road. So, and then inevitably he would redress that position a bit later in the race as well. Then Mick Clifton having this moment too. This is up at the top of the hill. This was the massive calamity up there.
Oh, just pinball.
Just a brutal incident for a lot of drivers.
Yeah.
And that was really the biggest one of the whole race, it must be said. But for Gary Buckland, it is a fantastic race win here tonight out
Well done, Gary.
at Road America. And not just that, Brett, it's going to win him the Driver of the Day award as well.
Well
and
done.
a great effort for Gary Buckland. So congratulations to
huge.
him. Not only our race winner tonight, but our Driver of the Day as well. One wild card is now gone, Brett. So we only have one left.
And you
for
got
the
a
rest of the
T-shirt coming
season.
your way as well.
Yep, you do indeed, Gary. So Gary Buckland, the Driver of the Day here tonight as well. He did send me a message earlier on, Brett, too, that he requested I read out for him as the race winner here tonight, and now as well the Driver of the Day as well. He said it was Split 2 broadcasts are fantastic. He said, hi Hamish, hope you're well. Split 2 broadcasts are fantastic as usual. Hats off to you and Brett. Unfortunately, I won't be able to pop in for a chat this evening, but I would appreciate you thanking a few people for me. Firstly, to us, Brett, for the best broadcast, apparently, here in the V8 Veterans. V8 Veterans League and all drivers. The league sponsors, of course, Racecraft, M1 Used Cars, Logitech G, Parramatta Isuzu Ute, LGC Graphics, Player One Sim Gear, Nova Sim Sports, and Bin the Blade for Balin Foundation as well. And a special thank you to Sean Vandermillen for his technical advice and tricks as well, to Gary, Michael Hayes and Phil Marsh for their legendary Oz Sprint Series too, Doug Wright for the liveries, Jamie McKnight for the setups, all of his team at Old Mate and Sons as well, and of course, lastly to his loving wife, Anita, as well. Thanks, Hamish. I know it's a long one, but I'm sure you'll make it work on my behalf. Again, your broadcasts are totally awesome, Gary. So thank you so much to Gary Buckland for that lovely message without being able to be here tonight as the driver of the day here this evening and the race winner as well in what was a fantastic moment for him nonetheless. So we've got one driver waiting in the wings to come and have a quick chat to us here this evening, Brett. It is our P3 finisher here tonight. He's not our driver of the day, but he is our P3 finisher. It is the season 24 champion, Halil Cesar of Infinity Motorsport. We'll drag him in very quickly for a quick chat. Halil, welcome in. Congratulations. P3 on the road on the night. Almost a race win. A little drop of the tyre into the grass. Took you off the road and given up that P2 to Shreya, but a great drive nonetheless. Well done.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I don't know if you can hear me, and I'm sorry about the noise. I'm still... Passenger on? Yeah, we are taking passenger on. Sorry, guys, for that as well. I'm on a phone. Yeah, so it was a good night. When I dropped the wheel on there, I was a bit shattered because I was lining him up for the run home. I had the momentum against him. He was slow in sections that I knew I was fast, but it ended up being what it is, and it was a good race. I really enjoyed the battle.
He obviously started ninth tonight, up 6 into P3. In the end, Halil, does this reignite you a little bit now going throughout the rest of this season, knowing that we've got obviously Road Atlanta and St. Pete coming up across the next few weeks?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the new track that's coming up. But, last season, or a couple of seasons ago, when we raced at Road Atlanta, I had a good run, so I'm hoping to beat that. With reigniting the championship, look, as you know, a couple of seasons ago, we had a good momentum run towards the end. So I'm hoping that this P3 sort of builds on that for me.
Well, Halil, we appreciate you coming and have a quick chat to us. Congratulations on your P3 here this evening as well. Is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, Infinity Broadcast, Vets, the organisers, Quartermaster back with us again. And I apologise that I don't remember the others. All my teammates, everyone in the Vets, and also basically you for hosting the night again. I will be watching the replay when I get home. I'm sitting in my drift car out to go out and take some passenger rides. So I appreciate everything. Yeah. Have a good night, guys.
No worries. Thanks so much, Halil. Really appreciate your time. And best luck next week as well. Halil says P2 on the road, P3 on the road here this evening. Brett, and a great drive from him as well.
Certainly.
For the race results here this evening, this is how they all ended up across the night. It was Gary Buckland and Michael Schreier and Halil Cesar on the top three. Michael Jones, Ron Allen, then the top five. Chris Blanchard, Andrew Galley, Scott Weston, Darryl Callahan made up and Brenton O'Brien made up our top 10 in the end as well. It was James Baldwin just outside the 10 with Tanik, Satira, Taylor, Favero, Hoffman, Reale, Lister, Monday and Lovegrove made up our top 20 in the end. Tonight, Brett O'Brien, the most positions gained, 31 spots. Most laps led went to Gary Buckland, so he'll get a bonus point for that. And Stevie Kikoshi gets the fastest lap of the race in the end as well. But it's another great race. I appreciate the dedication, Brett, taking the broadcasting stuff with you to Bathurst to call the race tonight in as good of a quality as we possibly could. Obviously from Mount Panorama for yourself, and exciting times for next week when we head out to the next round of the season when we go out to Road Atlanta, of course.
Is it time to play the song?
I'll tell you when it's time to play the song, Brett. Don't worry, I'll tell you.
All right,
I will tell you, don't worry. But as I said, next week we head out to Michelin Tyre Raceway, Road Atlanta, for the next round of season 27. You guys don't want to miss it. Myself, Hamish Munro Brett Fisher alongside. Big thank you, of course, to all the series sponsors: Racekraft Simulations, Logitech G, Parramatta Isuzu Ute, Player One SimGear, Nova Sim Sports, Project Fade, Streetwear, LGC Images, and M1 Used Cars for Driver of the Day award. Tonight it went the way of our race winner, Gary Buckland, and next week it could possibly go to you. If you're watching on the V8 Veterans channel or the Infinity Broadcasting channel, be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe, the bell icon as well for both channels to help support all the action throughout the Vets, of course. Split 3, Split 2, and Split 4 action live here over the weekend for the V8 Veterans action. I believe Split 4 is happening on Monday evening, so you guys don't want to miss that. You go Sports SimSpeed TV as well to catch the live Split 1 action on the Thursday evenings. And if you subscribe to the Infinity Broadcasting, you help support us with Highside Motorsports on Monday mornings at what will now be 10:50 a.m. Or 9:50 a.m., heading into their new season in a couple of weeks' time as well. Big thank you to everyone there for joining us here tonight out at Road America, and we appreciate your time once again. But for myself, Hamish Munro Brett Fisher, thank you so much. Until next time, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
Oh, cool. Here we go.
Road America. Road America. Road America wakes, split 2 on the rise. 31 laps, fire in their eyes. Bathurst crown 5, now the chase resets. New week, new war, no time for regrets. Long straight scream, engines bite. Brake markers blur in the fading light. Hold your nerve, keep it clean. This is where you prove your machine. Road America, feel that thunder. Split 2 charges, tear it asunder. Full send, no fear, no backing down. This week's the week to take that crown. Kokoschke lit the spark, tan knock right behind. Buckland Monday, horse all locked in the grind. But Bathurst is gone, now the script is bare. Who's riding round 2's story out there? Hamish on the mic, calling every fight. Brett in the booth, turn his box in the light. 2 voices rising as the engines ignite. Split 2 roaring into Saturday night. Carousel twist, kink at full flight. Hold that wheel, trust your line, fight. Every lap tighter, every breath in. Only one truth, you're here to win. Road America, engines roar. Split 2 warriors, back for more. 31 laps, unleash that fire. New week, new battle, same desire. Road America. Road America.
Good night, everyone. Happy Easter.
Lights screaming, tires bleeding, virtual cubes, the motor's breathing. Engine thunder from down under, piston fire, turn asunder, put your name in lights.
The racing series is a new milestone in Logitech G.
All the great old wheels, the G29, the G920, the G923, they all have their own unique way of connecting to each other, but there's no room for expansion with those products.
So the question arose was, what if we were to give the opportunity for the racer to switch out from a drifting wheel to a GT rim?
With the wheel hubs that we created, that's got a very specific button set, but you can replace any of the steering wheels.
And the real lovely aspect to this was we could give the user, driver and the racer the opportunity to experience different genres of race.
That allows drivers to craft high quality, customized setups that resonate with your individual racing style.
When we start with the design, we always start sketching. But very often, once we've got sketches, we start discussing with engineering.
We had 3 rounds of engineering testing or user testing where we invited in users from sim racing, and every single round of feedback we refine, the product based on what they tell us.
In this sim racing lab, again, we're going to use data to really analyze what a driver needs. We've used everything from eye tracking to the inputs from the pedals, the inputs from the, let's just say, input devices, the wheel and the pedals, the shifter. We're taking that and we're compiling it so that we can build different products based on those individuals' needs for all consumers and all drivers.
I don't know of anyone else in the industry that's actually doing this kind of research into their products to see how their products are affecting performance of their users.
We've built the product to make sure that it's as reliable as possible.
So the innovations in engineering that I'd say we're most proud of is the sequential handbrake and shifter toolless changeover. This is now a patented system, so it's really easy for the user to just switch between modes.
If you give people the tools to do what they want, they will.
They will just go off and have fun.
Introducing the Rackraft PT1, custom-built full chassis racing simulator. The design project, codenamed The Cage, an 80/40 extrusion chassis sitting on top of a Sigma Integrale DK2 Plus 4-point full motion actuator system. No compromises in the cockpit of the PT1 simulator. To maximize the experience, we start with a 49-inch ultra-wide monitor for the greatest field of view in a small footprint of the simulator, down to the SimuCube wheelbase that's tucked up and behind the monitors with SimCore extensions to get things out of the driving area. Everything is connected to a Cube Controls GTX steering wheel with the built-in dash and all the extra button functions available at your fingertips. Driving through the Raceworks S1 pedals, the potentiometer throttle and the 2 hydraulic pedals for brake and clutch ensures you maximize the feel underfoot, and seating yourself into an OMP HTER bucket racing seat with OMP belts connected to a G-belt tensioner to provide that extra feeling and the heightened experience while you're driving. Additional interfaces and accessories in the PT1, we have twin butt kickers, one on either side of the OMP seat, as well as a Jinx sequential shifter, the SimPush Race Logic timer to the left-hand side, a Racecraft built-in WinSim kit with Philips Hue lighting and a built-in soundbar, plus the OMP side net to finish off the experience in the PT1. The Racecraft PT1, build number 1, the ultimate in sim racing experience, combining the best products in the market with the passionate, no compromise approach that goes beyond racing simulation.